Good day everyone, I'm Aizal T. Madera and today we are going to talk about Indonesian literature. Indonesia is the world's fourth most populous country and among the most culturally diverse, yet not so many people are familiar with their literary works produced in Indonesia. Indonesian literature is not widely known compared to work from other countries. Indonesian literature is a term grouping various genres of Southeast Asian literature. It can refer to literature produced in Indonesian archipelago. It consists of poetry and prose poetry in Javanese, Malay, and other language of peoples of Indonesia. Pujanga Lama, or the literate of olden times, was mainly written before the 20th century, wherein it is being said that there is a must have existed a lively oral tradition. Pujanga Lama has 5 different genres, namely Syair, Pantun, Gurindam, Hikayat, and Babad. Syair, a poetic narrative that not only tells the human story often in romantic adventures but also expound on local conflict and give religious instruction. It is a form of traditional Malay poetry that is made up of 4-line stanzas or quatrains. The Syair can be a narrative poem, a didactic poem, a poem used to convey ideas on religion or philosophy, or even one to describe a historical event. The characteristics of Syair are folk meter often using 4 stresses with the beginning syllable stress and ending in an unstressed syllable. All lines should be similar length. Each line contains 9, 10, or 12 syllables. Monorhyme. In contrast to Pantun form, the Syair conveys a continuous idea from one stanza to the next. Maintains a unity of ideas from the first line to the last line in each stanza, and each stanza is rhymed A. It also used to communicate romantic adventures, local conflicts, allegories, and religious instruction. An example, from Syair Sinyor Kosta by Sultan Muhammad Barahuddin, which is translated by Muhammad Haji Saleh. She is the mountain of his love life, the pulse that beats in his very strife. Sinyor Kosta desired her for himself, for without her, he may not survive. This is an example of Syair, and all lines have similar length, which is each line contains 9 syllables, and it is also monorhyme. Another examples of Syair are Syair Bidasari, a romantic poem which tells the story of the beautiful Bidasari who became the victim of Queen Indraputra's jealousy. Syair Siti Zubaida, a romantic poem that chronicles the loyalty, resolve, and bravery of a woman called Siti Zubaida in her efforts to track and free her captive husband. Syair Ken Tambuhan, a poem about Prince Kertapati and lady-in-waiting Ken Tambuhan, love and virtue are eventually rewarded. The next genre is Pantun. It is a originally folk verse used to propose marriage, to tell a proverb, or to celebrate just about any occasion, even shared between warriors about to battle. Pantun is a Malay poetic form. The Pantun originated as a traditional oral form of expression. The elements of the Pantun. Most often a poem in a single quatrain made up of 2 complete couplets, syllabic. All lines are of the same length. Lines are written into 8 to 12 syllables each. It is rhymed. The rhyme scheme of the Pantun is A-B. Written in 2 complete couplets, the first, the shadow is set, the structure, but its focus may be quite different from the second couplet, the meaning in which the message is set. Here is the popular Pantun in Indonesia. Kalaada sumur di ladang, bolehlah kita menumpang mandi. Kalaada umur panjang, bolehlah kita berumpa palagi. Or in English, if there's a well in the field, let us choose to take a bath. If we have the longevity, I hope we could meet again. As you can see, the poem is made up of 8 to 12 syllables each, and the rhyme scheme of a poem is APAB. Moving on from the next genre, Gurindam, which is a two-line rhyming pieces with unfixed rhythm and word limit, are known for providing advice or guidance and affirming a saying or proverb. The elements of the Gurindam are each line usually contains 3 or 4, 6 or more words, and reconstruction pattern AA, AB or alternate. Each piece is a part of conservative idea and usually requires some line or duplicate to state the whole idea. Although each function can stand alone but usually requires some rows or duplicate to state on a whole idea. The first line of the Gurindam states the syarat, which is the condition, while the second line contains the jawab or the answers. Example of Gurindam. The best example of Gurindam is the Gurindam Dobelas or 12 aphorism, which contains verses of a moral guidance. Gurindam Dobelas. Kurang fikir, kurang siasat, tentu dirimu kelak tersasat. Fikir dahulu sebelum berkata, supaya terelak silang sengketa. Or in English, lack of thinking, lack of tactics. Of course you will get lost. Think before you say in order to avoid cross disputes. The next genre is Hikayat. It is an Arabic word that literally translates to stories. It relates to the adventures of national heroes of Malayan kingdoms or royal chronicles. The stories are based on history, however, they are highly romanticized. An example of Hikayat is Hikayat Bayan Budiman. It is an Indian work in which a parrot tells 70 stories in order to prevent a woman from going on the wrong path. The last genre of the Pujanga Lama is Babad. The word Babad means a story about past events. These are historical chronicle that is widely known. In Japanese, it is a narrative of past events telling. For example, about founding a new settlement or insurrection against power. An example of Babad is Seraha Melayu, one of the finest literary and historical work in Malay language. The main theme of this work was to laud the greatness of the Malaccan state. And that's all for my report. I hope you've learned something. Thank you.